point across. Um, Here with Van Bat, I just think he's going to be leading a wide enough range to where we can call with our pair and gut shot. But when he leads the river, I think he's going to have ace x a decent amount. He could have spades. Um, I don't really think it'd be a profitable call. But he's going to be leading that turn with a lot of hands. And if we don't have the best hand, we have a decent enough redraw. I'm pretty sure if a jack hits, we're good. If a 10 hits, we're definitely good. And here, I'm gonna size it really big because I don't feel like he's gonna fold. I'll make it 575. It's like almost 4x's 3-bet, but I really don't think he's gonna fold very often. I just, he hasn't folded yet, so out of how many 3-bets? 5 3-bets, he's called every one. And so, again, we want to get value from his overcard hands, and we think that he's going to be calling with like King 10 there. If he bets, I'm going to be really inclined to believe that he has like an 8 there, because he checked the King 10 before. Here I really want to check raise, but I don't think he's going to call. Just going to bet 11 and hope he looks me up with like ace 10. If he shoves, it's going to be a not great spot, but I really just don't think he has a flush ever. He probably, yeah, okay, he had ace 7, so, I mean, it's just a spot where he's not adjusting at all, and he's just going to keep calling flop bets with ace high and king high, because that's what he's doing, and he doesn't care that we're only betting when we have like really good showdown value or a hand that wants to get value. He's just going to keep calling, so he's going to be the person that you want to target at the table. And I mean, we've won a buy-in already at this table, and it's been mostly from him. I think like 40 of the 50 that we've won is from him, and these regulars are just not doing anything about it. Like 15-12, 13-9, and 9-4. Like, they aren't playing enough hands to stack this guy. And yeah, we have position on him, so it's a little bit easier for us. But at the same time, we're playing a decent enough amount of hands against him to where we're putting ourselves in the position to win a stack from him. And like, we're taking it $10 to $15 at a time because he's not folding, and we're just taking small pots off of him that turn into medium-sized pots because he's just being a station with king high and ace high. And these people playing 12 and 14 and 16 tables just aren't taking advantage of the fact that he's doing all this, and I'm sure they just see that he's 52-36, and they don't see like what his tendencies are towards like calling flops and calling 3-bets, and just they're just missing so much, and it's like free money. Cold 4-bet is just always the nuts here from this guy, and they see it in Snapfold. On this board, on 10-6-2 two-tone, Geezer chips calls, and he never has a flush draw here. It's really adventurous to say that he never flops a flush draw and calls it, but he never has a flush draw when he calls the flop. He's most likely just gonna spaz out with a flush draw, and yeah, he's from Aberdeen. Doesn't really say a whole lot, but he's most likely going to be raising a flush draw because he's excited about it and wants to get it in. So when the heart comes on the turn, we have a gut shot and a flush redraw that has come in if we get called. But when he calls the flop, he never has a flush. If he raised, I was shoving because he just never has a flush, and he's not raising a set on that board, so he's really inclined to have air hands there. And every so often, like, we get owned and he has like 4-3 of hearts or whatever, but again, we still have 7 outs, and 1/7 of the time or whatever, we're gonna hit those. But he's gonna fold so often to the turn barrel, and when he doesn't, he's gonna have air a decent amount of the time, or maybe like eights with a heart that he's gonna call with. But when he raises that turn, like, he pretty much never has anything. And here we're going to make it big because we know that Van Bat is never going to fold, and we want to get value. So we're out of position, so that kind of sucks. But here with D999, he probably has like sixes here, but that's a bad card to fire because it makes me a lot less likely to have a hand. Blah blah blah. If we hit a jack, I might value bet it. He checks, and he has queen jack. Okay, so maybe I could have bet it, but at the same time, like, he's gonna have like king x a lot. He's gonna have here against Van Bat, like, he's never folding. Against, if he shoves, it's kind of a shitty spot. Because he hasn't shown aggression ever. So he probably has us beat. But now that I say that, he shoves. I feel like we've been taking too much advantage of him, though, and he could be shoving hands that are weaker than normal. That, plus we're getting like 4-1, I'm just going to call. And he's got a big draw, and behold. So, you can see, like, we took his entire stack. Like, us alone just took all of it.